Alright, so today's video is going to be a special one. I'm doing it.
Doing.
So today's going to be a special one. Today I'm joined by Darin.
Hello, guys.
And today we're going to be talking about Mr Inbetween.
Yep. Show I introduced him to.
It's, as the title says, it's an underrated gem, I think. Darin introduced me to it, and it's really good. It is.
It's special.
It's special. So the show is an FX original, but it's not really well known, I think. Like, compared to other FX shows like The Bear, no one knows about Mr Inbetween. He put me on it, and so today I thought it would be fun to put you guys on it, and we'll just discuss a little bit about the show and why you should watch it and why Ray Shoesmith is the GOAT. We're just going to go through season by season, I guess, and just kind of talk about it. There will be some spoilers, but we'll try not to be super spoilery so we don't ruin it for you, because obviously it's a show that not many people have seen and we don't want to ruin everything. Season 1, Ray Shoesmith is a hitman.
So yeah, he's basically a hitman. He's working security. The club he works at,
it's like the hitman's hangout sort of thing with
the guy in charge of the club. He basically offers him jobs from time to time, and he's the one who takes them.
And the thing about the club manager, his boss technically, it's Charles Manson from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, the amount of Australian actors that are in the show where I just went, wait, they're Australian? It was insane. You got Charles Manson, and then you got Davo, the character Davo, who is Ra's al Ghul in Arrow, which I just thought was so funny. He shows up, and I'm like, that's Ra's al Ghul from Arrow. What that? I thought he was British.
Then you also have, I don't know if anyone's seen Hacksaw Ridge, but one of the privates in Hacksaw Ridge, he's one of the main villains in season 1.
Is he?
Davros.
Oh, yeah, okay. To be honest, I've only seen Hacksaw Ridge like once, but that's a great film, by the way. I've only seen it once, though.
Same.
So for the most part, season 1 was fairly bog standard in terms of like every episode you see Ray doing his hitman stuff, but then also we get introduced to new characters and new story ideas. Like we meet Ali. She's special.
Well, yeah, what I loved about the show in general, it's not, it doesn't follow like one main storyline. It feels like a lot of maybe short stories into one as well.
Yeah, at least with the first season.
Yeah.
It feels fairly episodic, but then like there will be like an overarching season-long narrative. Like season 1, that's kind of the point. It's like the first few episodes is like we get introduced to the world. And then there is like that little narrative arc by the end, and then that expands into the other seasons.
What I love about Scott Ryan, he's the guy who plays Ray, Mr. Inbetween.
Ray Shoesmith, mate, the guy.
What I love is, I think he made the character, even though morally he's like very questionable. Some would say he's even a bad guy, but he makes the character very likable, and even makes him like the good guy in certain scenarios. And I think he made the character and the show very realistic, and he also made situations pan out how you'd want them to pan out in real life. For example, the scene with the bullies.
Yeah, like Ray, for example. That's the funny thing about Ray. I think he's more morally grey than he's a bad person. It's like he does bad things, but for right reasons. If that's
like. You want to think that, but then if you look at it from unbiased perspective, this guy's just killed for example, in I think it's one of the first few episodes of season 1, he kills a man who he's the guy had a family.
Yeah,
he kills him, and then later he finds out it was the wrong guy.
Yeah,
but he doesn't feel bad. Nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't. That is kind of the thing with Ray. Is like he does really bad things, and for the most part, that's why I say he's morally grey though. Is that like because he'll also do something to where, like, for example, there's a bunch of guys being an asshole, a bunch of assholes or whatever.
Yeah.
But Ray does a bad thing, but his bad thing counteracts the assholes stuff. So in a way, it was like a right thing, but it wasn't a right thing. And
I also, I like how, he sometimes sorts stuff out with violence, because sometimes that actually is the only way. And
yeah, that puts him into counselling, and there's this whole speech that he does where he talks about how like he's not a misogynist, and the counsellor's trying to say that Ray's a misogynist, but then the way Ray like points all of his points out, he kind of isn't a misogynist in a way. No. Like he's just standing up for himself. it's a really interesting way to kind of like show that perspective.
They also have his best friend, Gaza.
Gaza.
Legend.
The
Man.
legend.
Gaza.
Season 1, you just think Gaza's a joke. Season 2, he literally earns his stripes as the GOAT. Gaza, like, Season 1, Gaza is just like, he's the funny guy with his porn addiction and his pee-pee movies. He loves golden showers and shit, and you're like, what the fuck? What is up with this guy?
Yeah.
But it's funny. And then in Season 2, just jump straight to this part in Season 2, there's this episode where this girl, or this daughter, Ray's friend's daughter, she gets kidnapped by a pedophile. And the whole episode, like, you know, Ray is just in a massive frenzy, just like, where is this girl? I need to find this girl. She's, like, put in my care and she's just gone missing. And he's going around and he's, like, causing all this chaos and mayhem. The whole time, Gaza is, like, just doing his job. He's just, like, looking. Yeah, he's composed. He's, like, going from place to place, like, trying to find the girl. He finds the girl and you're like, Gaza is the GOAT. Like, he just earns his stripes as, like, the best character in the show.
I think the comedy's actually really well done.
We should preface that, the show is, like, a dramatic comedy rather than it being, like, a super, like, serious, like, John Wick type of thing. It's, like, for the most part, it's just a bunch of Aussie people being Aussies.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Gaza's golden shower movies, like, in the... And how he gets Ray to take all the, you know, the blame for it. Yeah, that's one thing about Ray. He's actually a very good friend because he's always been there for Gaza and for all his friends, I think, throughout the whole show. So that's one thing to add on to Ray's character.
Yeah, that's why Ray's the
loyal.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Ray Shoesmith, the GOAT. To be honest, everyone in the show is the GOAT when you think about it.
Yeah. And Ray's smile. That smile.
Yeah, he literally... Like, his smile is the definition of, like, a shark's grin.
Yeah.
It's just like, every time he smiles, you're like, oh, you're fucked. A character will do something, and then Ray just smiles. You're like, you're not making this out alive. You're like, you're done.
Yeah, also Ali, so she becomes Ray's girlfriend.
Didn't we say she's like Australian Lauren Cohen?
Yeah.
In a way, like
she looks very. I always thought she looked pretty similar to Maggie from The Walking Dead. So yeah.
Speaking of Walking Dead, that's another thing that we need to talk about as well. Soon.
Yeah, another realistic thing about the show. So when Ray actually sees Ali for the first time, they were talking, but he's just being awkward, and then she walks away. Yeah, and then he thinks like, oh, I messed up. I'm never gonna see her again. You know, it's like, why didn't I?
But no, mate, he's got the Shoesmith riz.
Yeah,
he's got the Shoesmith riz. He just does it. That's what I find funny too about Ray, is that he's really like effortlessly charismatic.
Yeah.
He's just like
aura.
Yeah, he's like a normal guy, but then like he's just like a talkative guy, and you just go, I like this guy, even though like he's a murdering hitman that in many ways is really violent and abusive at times, but. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, he's just a guy. He's a bloke. Like,
leave the bloke with his dimmies, mate.
Exactly, mate. Let him munch his bloody dimmies with his soy sauce. It's fantastic, mate. This video might contain a bunch of awful Australian accents, but just let us land.
One of my favorite episodes, actually, in the whole show is the finale of season 1.
Oh, God.
The
reason why
it's too good.
Mention the reason why. It's not just the comedy. Your favorite character,
Bobby.
Bloody Bobby, mate.
Bobby's he's just an idiot. But like the comedic value he just brings to the show is just hilarious. And then you've got he's got partnered up with a character called Dave.
Ra's al Ghul from Arrow.
Yeah, another legend. One of the funniest parts of the show. And they're basically hired to find Ray. What are they looking for again?
They were hired.
To kill Ray, actually.
To kill him, yeah.
To bring him to Davros, and
then Davros was gonna kill him.
Yeah. And then.
Don't they like trap Ray in the car, and then
their car gets robbed because Bobby left the car, even though he was told to stay inside. And then you're just seeing Dave trying to put up with Bobby the whole time. It's hilarious, and then they eventually do get Ray to Davros, and then Ray starts digging, but. He reveals a master plan, manages to pull off his survival.
And then Dave gets indebted to Ray.
Yeah, he finishes off everyone, but he lets Dave live because it's his son's birth, I think.
His son's being born, and then they become best friends.
Which also shows another thing about Ray, like the guy was messing about with him the whole time, and yet he still lets him live, offers him a smoke.
But that's what I think is the most interesting part about Ray too, is that like, he can sometimes just be a decent guy, just like, oh, your kid's being born, cool, go look after your kid. Yeah. Or he'll just be like, do you know what? fuck you. You don't deserve to have a kid. Bang. And it's like, all right, Ray. One of the things about the show too that I like in the first 2 seasons, season 3 is a bit rocky for me, is the stuff with Ray's daughter Britt and his brother Bruce. I like that stuff because Bruce has like a motor neuron disease, and it's really hard to watch, but it adds like a really much needed like layer to the show, to where like Ray isn't just a simple good guy but also bad guy. He's also like a caring brother, and you see that side, and you see him also as like the caring father to his daughter, and he just wants to be a good dad.
Yeah, I think the relationship between all 3 of them is it's actually really good to watch, and it's also interesting to see how Ray balances being a dad as well as being a hitman. Completely 2 different spectrums of life. I don't know, like, and how he keeps being a hitman secret from his daughter.
Yeah, which. And to be honest, in season 2, spoilers, Bruce dies, and I feel like Bruce's death is something that I feel anyway kind of like holds back the 3rd season a bit. Like the 3rd season is good, but I feel like when Bruce is gone, there's like a missing layer to the show, and it's like you see Ray and Britt's dynamic in the 3rd season, where you see Britt as a tween, so she's just being like annoying, and you're just like, I don't know if I need. I mean, like you do need it, but you also. It's not something I loved to say, to be honest. It was a thing where I was like, I miss Bruce. I miss when Britt and Bruce would talk and stuff. And then we just have Britt being an annoying teen, and she's got like this boyfriend. What's the boyfriend's name again?
I don't know, man.
Anson. Jarring. Annoying. Like, it was funny when Ray just straight up just like bullies him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, who the hell is this kid? He's so jarring.
Yeah, he offered, I think, he ended up giving... Was it like Brit a drug or something?
That's
what led to it. And then he basically just threatened the shit out of him, man.
Yeah, and he goes to the drug dealer as well, just like, why are you selling drugs to little kids? What the hell is wrong with you?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
That scene, a bit disgusting, but yeah.
So the thing with season 2, which I think season 2 is probably the best season.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, because it has the Gaza pedophile episode, best episode of the entire show. But saddest part. Ali. Ray and Ali break up. It's heartbreaking, man. It's tragic. I remember we were watching it and I was like, this is depressing.
Yeah.
It's just, does this show get better from here? Like, I need some sort of solace in my heart, and just 3rd season makes it even worse. Just
man, yeah, we'll get to that, but I thought the breakup was I think it was done in a really good way.
Yeah, it was tasteful.
Yeah, so basically what happens is, so Ray goes with Britt over to
Ali's
family for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then Nash Edgerton, who directs the show.
which Nash Edgerton is also Joel Edgerton's brother, and Joel Edgerton is Uncle Owen in Revenge of the Sith and Kenobi.
They're doing secret, was it? No.
They were like doing a game where like it's like pass the parcel, or it's like you will know what the present is and then you swap it if you don't like it or something.
So basically, Ali's brother just takes. He has he has the choice of every single present, and he basically chooses Brit's unicorn. Yeah, it's a bit random. Like, why would a grown man take a unicorn off a girl?
Yeah, especially since like Brit's obsessed with unicorns.
Exactly. Yeah. So this agitates Ray. So he talks to him later outside, just a simple conversation, and then he still refuses to give the unicorn back. He's just being a weirdo, in my opinion. And then Ray just shoves the shit out of him, pushes him through the door, breaks the glass. Everyone sees it. Ali sees it, and it just like shocks everyone. So then they get back to the apartment, and I don't know, we didn't mention this before, but Ali was previously, she was abused.
She was in an abusive relationship.
The actress herself experienced domestic abuse, so it was good, I think, that they included that in the show to her character. She just told Ray, like, I can't take the chance again. I mean, we both know that, like, Ray wouldn't hit her.
No, yeah.
I think maybe she even knew, but she couldn't take the chance. So she breaks up with Ray over that, and like Ray just, you can tell it kills him inside, but he maintains like composure. He says like, that's it.
Yeah.
Leaves.
The 3rd season makes it even more heartbreaking because he runs into Ali, and she's pregnant with somebody else's kid.
That would kill me, man. I don't know. Yeah, but I remember, prior to that, he bumps into her one more time in the shop, and then she literally escapes just to avoid him.
Yeah, she just runs out. Oh, God.
And also, what's a sad scene of the breakup is, so previously she etched their names into a tree, and then
Ray cuts the tree. He just gets an axe and just like breaks down the tree.
Where the part where the names are in, it's pretty sad. Yes, it's a very emotional.
And they say the show is a comedy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I thought it was perfectly written and perfectly done to show a breakup.
Well, the thing in season 3, and you can talk about this a lot, is there's this whole arc where Ray goes on a road trip with this girl, which Darin is in love with.
I think she's good looking. Don't know what he doesn't see, but
I'm not saying she's bad looking.
She's good, man. She's nice. Ray works now the few odd jobs for one of Freddy's not associates, more one of his
business contacts or something.
Yeah, he's probably above Freddy on the chain actually.
Is his name like Fabio or something? Or...
I don't know, but he's a twat.
Loves caviar.
That scene is pretty funny. You can see that Freddy's like sucking up to him, or laughing or whatever he says. But yeah, Ray sent to like smuggle drugs across Australia, and they're like driving through the desert roads. Yeah, he's working with one of his partner. Yeah, he's on the trip with this girl, and kind of developed quite a good sort of relationship or like bond. I don't know what it is.
Sure.
Yeah. And then like it just out of nowhere you'd think like they're driving on a desert road, nothing in sight. Out of nowhere, he takes his eye off the road for 1 second.
Boom,
kangaroo. Crash. He crashes into a kangaroo. I think,
yeah. Crashes into a bloody kangaroo. Yeah, and then Fabio or the business partner guy.
His name is.
We've forgotten his name. The point is that the girl is his niece?
Is it? I don't think so.
No, there's a reason why she's on there specifically as well, though. It's like she's his niece or something.
I don't think
she's something important to him.
No,
she's either his.
They're not even related, man.
Are they not?
No, I think like he just. I think she just doesn't look like she's a drug smuggler, man.
Okay, maybe. I thought she was his niece or something.
No, you wouldn't kill his niece, man.
Don't know about that. Anyway, the point is that like Ray's like, get her to the hospital. I'll deal with the crash. And then the guy drives off, and then Ray goes off and does the whole drug smuggling thing. And then he goes to the hospital, or like he's on his way to the hospital and finds out that the girl didn't make it because Fabio, we'll just call him Fabio
whatever. But Fabio also killed two innocent.
Yeah, he kills two
innocent couple who tried to help.
Yeah, and then the thing was that Fabio didn't drop the girl off to the hospital at all, and Ray's just like, are you serious? What?
Yeah, and I think like on the way back, I think it's a powerful scene. You see him actually like break down into tears.
Yeah. Season 3 is
someone you wouldn't actually. Would you expect like someone like Ray to cry? He seems like a character.
No, he's well composed. Yeah, but season 3 is the season when Ray basically loses everything.
Yeah.
It's just.
Good old Ray Smith, man.
We talked about season 3 and we missed the prison arc.
Some of the best comedy. Is in that.
He performs his acts of vigilante justice.
He knows when he's in the right and he knows when he's in the wrong. And so it started, he was driving through a crossing where he had all the rights of way.
He had the right of way.
Pedestrian didn't stop, smacked Ray's wind mirror. So then Ray got outside, sparks him, and then beasting me off. then police,
and then the federales, they show up.
Literally right there. So Ray ends up in jail, and then he gets put with a guy who's basically
in for fraud or something, right?
No. It's he broke it was something to do with his ex-wife. I think he's trying to get in contact with his daughter, and then that.
He broke the custody.
It's quite unfair the whole time. He actually got stiffed. He shouldn't actually be in jail.
But then speaking of stiffed, Ray and his absolute amazing sense of humour, where he goes up to the guy and he's just like, oh, I'm in here for rape. Yeah, because I raped men or something. And then the guy's just like, he's just like freaking out a bit. And then Ray's just like, no, I'm just messing around, don't worry.
Yeah, I think it's one of the funniest, if not the funniest.
That's why he's the GOAT. He's hilarious.
Yeah, Freddy comes to visit him and he ends up doing a job for Freddy in prison.
Oh yeah, inside the jam and the hot water, right?
So literally just a guy he doesn't even know. There's nothing about his morality. It's like guy doesn't know, but as long as he gets the money, he does the job. And he literally just blinds the the guy with that concoction, whatever he made.
It was jam and hot water. I think.
Yeah, so because it sticks, so it sticks. But what's also pretty messed up is that his cellmate, he gets fucked up like really bad.
Yeah, he gets.
By
because
that guy, one of the guys Ray's knows, just because he called him champ.
Yeah, that was it. So Ray's cellmate walks around and he sees this guy, and Ray introduces him, and he's like, "Oh, you're right, champ." And then the guy's like, "The hell you call me?" And then Ray's just laughing, just like, "Don't call him champ. That's what you call dick munchers."
Yeah,
or something.
Cocksucker.
Cocksuckers.
That means cocksucker.
Yeah, in prison lingo.
Yeah.
It was that was funny, but then
comment, yeah.
But then also it's sad too because
the guy doesn't let it go and eventually just I don't know what happens.
He gets beaten the hell up.
And he just leaves it like that, so we don't actually know what happens to the guy.
So Ray and Freddy's relationship has a bit of a weird turning since season 2, because in season 2 during the paedophile episode, Ray is like on the warpath, and then he goes to Freddy's family, but Freddy's family's having this like family function. Ray just like bursts in and is just like, where's the girl? He proper just like messes up the family ordeal and just makes Freddy look like an absolute bitch. And so Freddy's like, yeah, no, we can't really work together anymore moving forwards. And then in season 3, Freddy's got this whole thing where his sort of like empire is falling apart a little bit.
Him and Ray are not as involved as they once were, but Freddy still has a few jobs for him. You know, he introduced him to that guy Fabio.
Fernando, whatever the hell. We don't remember his name.
But they're not as close as they once were. And towards the end of the season, he actually sets up Ray. I think it's after the drug smuggling, because Fabio didn't like Ray after that. But I think he was forced to do it, to be honest. But still, he could have tipped him off in the restaurant.
Freddy the Snake.
He tried Dimmies for the first time in that restaurant as well.
Bloody Dimmies, Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So season 3 is just the season of like Freddy tasting different foods. He has the caviar. And then he has the Dimmies. He's like, you know what, mate? This is bloody lovely. Yeah. This is bloody good, mate.
So towards the end, Ray... So Ray's going with Dave to... he gets told... we didn't touch upon that. The biker...
Oh, yeah,
in season 2. So before... It was before Freddy. This is going to explain how Freddy set up Ray. So Ray, in season 2, he was handed a contract to kill the president of a motorbike club by the vice president, and the president was actually
decent. He was a decent guy.
He was a decent bloke. Like he actually knew Ray before. They actually knew each other. He wanted to hang out with Ray because they hadn't seen each other in quite a while. And Ray's handed a dilemma, and as the viewer, I didn't really want them to prison to the guy to die, because they made him seem very likable, even though he might have done bad stuff. Probably has done bad stuff. The show made him seem very likable towards how he was with Ray. So Ray's handed the dilemma, but he decides to proceed and actually go through with the murder. And
see in your dreams, Ray.
Yeah, so gets him in the back of the van, and then they're talking. And what I like about the president, he's one of the few guys in the show that actually doesn't beg when Ray's about to kill them. You could see he accepted his fate, but like pretty much everyone else with Ray, they're begging. They're always begging for their lives.
Well, especially was it the paedophile?
He was begging.
Yeah.
Like
there was another paedophile as well. There's like 2 different paedophile episodes.
The guy that scammed the guy of the boxing gym.
Yeah. He
was begging. Every time he just pops up in a house, everyone's begging. Yeah, everyone's begging for Ray to not finish the
Please don't do it.
That's what I love also about the show, is how Ray just pops up in everyone's houses, and you just see it, you're waiting for him to just pop up.
Oh, like the actor. I think it's in season 3. There's that guy that's an actor, and he's like, I don't have your money. And then Ray just starts punching him in the face. He's like, "No, man, I got veneers done.
And his mum he has to like pretend they're friends and everything.
Yeah, and then like that whole scenario ends with Ray just like, mate, if you had the money the whole time, why didn't you just give it to me? Which, and to be honest, that's a fair point too. Why not? It didn't make any sense.
But yeah, the guy. So he does kill the motorbike president.
See in your dreams, Ray.
Later on, they actually the vice president tried to kill.
Freddy. No.
He tried to kill Ray. He sent guys after him. Ray finished them off. They killed his fucking dog. Do you remember they killed his dog, man? That's another thing Ray lost. He lost his dog as well.
Yep, I just remember that now. Now that you said it.
That scene was pretty tough. And that fight scene was actually very like gritty as well. They captured the vice president, but they get his money and stash, but he manages to escape. So Freddy, I think they say they have a lead on him. So Dave and Ray, they go after, and they get to the coordinates, the location, and it's it's not the right place. It's not actually. It's just like the middle of nowhere. They get set up by Fabio, whatever his name is. Dave gets hit pretty badly. He's wounded.
Oh, God,
ends up bleeding out in the ensuing chase.
That's what I mean when season 3 is the season where Ray loses everything. He loses his dog, loses Ali, loses Davo, loses Bruce.
Lost his job. He lost his best friend.
He lost his job.
He lost his best friend as well. One of his best mates who actually worked with him. That scene was sad because they actually fought together in the war, and he ends up committing suicide. That scene's pretty sad. That's the father of the daughter who got kidnapped by the Nazis. So yeah, Ray and Davo, they're fighting it out. Dave does his best, but yeah, he ends up bleeding out. Then Ray, in awesome fashion, just takes them
all out like the champ he is, mate.
Takes out Fabio the bastard. And then yeah, he obviously finds out Freddy played a part. He pays him a visit, but he ends up deciding to spare him.
And then by the end of the season, he moves away and becomes a Uber driver or something, right?
He becomes a taxi driver.
Yeah.
He leaves the hitman life behind.
Yeah, he's a taxi driver.
Moves out. You think he moves away from the city. He just lives in an RV or something.
Yeah.
I think the ending's perfect. How it was done.
Looks straight at the camera. Breaks the fourth wall with his classic Ray Shoesmith shark-like smile. Just yeah, right.
But yeah, overall, I think the show's very underrated. It's a show I wish was more well known.
Yeah, I think it's because it's such a localized Aussie show. Yeah. It's so Aussie centric that I just don't think it's broken out into the mainstream, which it should. It's a really good show.
It's well written. It's got comedy.
Yeah,
it's got dark stuff. It's got realistic life topics. I personally loved it. It's one of my actual favourite shows.
It's a very solid show.
Yeah, and I don't think even though it's only 3 seasons, I think it's it's the right amount. I don't think.
Yeah, they're very bingeable as well.
It's exactly. I watched it all very quickly, and I do think it's an enjoyable show. And I mean, it's a shame we're not going to see more of Ray Shoesmith, but
the GOAT.
It's really good, and Scott Ryan did an amazing job with the character.
Okay, so that's our review of Mr Inbetween. I hope we've encouraged you to go check it out. If you have seen Mr Inbetween, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, follow my social media, all that good stuff.
Sorry if we spoiled anything.
Yeah, sure. Tune in again. See you guys next time. Fuck it, that's so weird doing that.
With me.
Yeah. Let's go get some dimmies, mate.